And it's hard to talk about debt without considering the dreaded personal guarantee or its distant cousin, the validity guarantee. So what are these two mechanisms, and who requires them, and why or why not?
Yeah, so we don't require personal guarantees. We feel like if we're starting to even go down that line of conversation, sometimes folks offer them up. The credit doesn't stand up on its own, frankly. So we're starting to scratch on structure there. We do have covenants, and sometimes we have taken validity guarantees. Validity guarantee is basically a protection against fraud in our view. So with the companies we're working with, we're not saying, "Hey, go get an audit before we'll lend you money." For instance, it's expensive, it's cumbersome, but we are saying in more closely held situations where there's not necessarily a lot of board governance, for instance, and it's a closely held founder controlled company, totally fine. Um, Sign this piece of paper that, what you show us is going to be real and that you're not going to do bad acts that would compromise our loan. And if so, and we can prove it, and we're materially negatively impacted, that can spring a personal guarantee. Banks are going to oftentimes have personal guarantees. Venture lending from banks or non-banks is not going to have personal guarantees. That's just not going to fly with kind of the sponsors and the boards of those businesses. But there is some inherent, I don't know how strong, at the end of the day, kind of handshake guarantee from the sponsors that they're going to continue supporting those businesses. That's kind of the relationship between the venture lender and the sponsor. And But yeah, traditional bank credit, you're going to get a line of credit on your receivables, or you're going to get some small term loan from whatever local bank, or even really larger facilities for middle market businesses. Oftentimes will come with a personal guarantee. SBA lending is going to come with a personal guarantee. So yeah, it's dreaded, but sometimes it's a requisite term if you're, seeking that form of capital, and the cost will be lower. So looking at the cost of 5 to 25%, I think that's reasonably accurate, except money's now probably at its cheapest, 8.5%, tied to prime. Hopefully that comes back down for everyone. But yeah, that's kind of the long and short of that.